Hello everyone. First for 808, that's a first, double first, huh? Hello Dove. Hello Joe, nice to see you. That man. Fourth, huh? Good evening to you. Hello Frank, Gidget. Hello Johnny. Hello Steven, nice to see you. It's gonna be a good one, I think. And thank you, Frank, for leaving an early tip in the coffee jar already. Merci. Hello, Steve Davis. Hello, Honor. Hello, Groove Seeker. Nice to see you. Nightmare, Dominique. So yes, today is celebrating a great friend of our imagination who left us yesterday after a long struggle with health, but still a pretty damn good life, I would dare to say. And this is the gentleman that you see me speaking as an avatar, and we're listening to his music right now. Wesh, frère. Hello Thorsten. Salut Robin. Hello Paul. Hello Luke. So we're listening to the very first album, self-released by this gentleman who's become a legend for many. Buenas noches, camarada Marcos. Comandante Marcos. So I hope everyone had a good week. Maybe you found something along the way to this stream. From last week or the week before. I sure had a good week in terms of new music arriving, and not just. Ooh, cheers, Steve Davis. Steve Davis coming in with a very nice coffee in the coffee jar to support the stream every week. Last week was a little bit slow, so that's good. Evening out things, and even is actually gonna be the word of the evening, if you dare believe it. We might have some guests tonight, who knows? We already have all of you. Yes, this is Ariel Kalma, indeed. This is his first album called Ariel. Recorded in 1975. Quite an interesting instrumentation for a Western record in 75. Hello, Anthony. Ariel Kalma. I always forget if his album is the one called Moisson, or is it a self-titled? I think it's self-titled, yeah. Good evening, Record Hound. Nice to see you. So we're gonna have a pretty psychedelic journey tonight, I believe. A little less abrasive than 2 weeks ago. A little less abstract than last week, maybe. But who am I kidding? It's gonna be what it is gonna be, as usual. Hello, monsieur. Ha ha hi hi ho. It's like one of the most difficult names to pronounce, even if you're French. So what's interesting in this to me right today is how Ariel here is playing so many instruments: the guitar, percussions. The instrument that I asked Christer Bothén to play at the festival in 3 weeks. Salut Perplex. Exactly. Dusenguni. Dusengunzi. So many ways to pronounce that instrument, indeed. Hello Andy Peloy. Yeah, that was a good find for sure, Paul. Hello everyone. Ariel. There are 3 pressings of this from back then. One which literally he did only a few copies of, where he had a blank cover and he drew the hand like that. And yeah, first record toward an evolutionary music following. So yeah, Ariel, who I met and interviewed a couple of times, true gentleman, great stories. He left Paris in the late 60s or early 70s for India, if I remember correctly. And then he came back to France and enrolled in the GRM, Groupe de Recherche Musicale, where musique concrète was being matured. And funnily enough, he was there at the same time as Jean-Michel Jarre was, and he didn't have the the nicest words about Jean-Michel Jarre's stay or tenor or whatever at the GRM. Basically that he mostly complained and acted like a diva and didn't really participate in anything. But Ariel went on to do a library soundtrack and one or two other albums that were released back then, a bunch of collaborations, compilation appearances, and I would say like 15 years ago or so, he started to get rediscovered, and his archives opened up for a bunch of compilations and collaborations with other musicians. We've played quite a few over the years here. And last time I talked with him, he told me that he was battling cancer, but that was 7 or 8 years ago, so he's been living with that for that long, and he looked alright, but he went away in his sleep yesterday, apparently, or I don't know if it was in his sleep, but calmly with his loved ones around him. So that's comforting, like safe journey, Ariel. There it is. Oh, wow. Hello, Andoa's Revenge. Hello, Don Fletcher. Yeah, I guess so. Why would it? It's not really an album at Topo. Jean-Michel Jarre has a 7-inch called La Cage, The Cage, that has 2 tracks of musique concrète. Pretty good, to be honest. And then there's a compilation on a Dreyfus disc that compiles the 2 tracks, because the 7-inch is pretty darn expensive. Well, he did, and farewell. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that could be cool. Anyways, we're listening to the new Bertrand album. Relic Radiation. This is not his first album, but the first one I do get. One of his previous ones I almost got. I thought it was pretty good, but he did collaborate with Otto Lindholm, if I remember correctly, but Otto wasn't totally satisfied with that collaboration, he told me, but whatever. This is good. This came out on Strum. I never remember if it's a Belgium label or French, but I think it's from Belgium. Anyways, here you have Bertrand on bass, clarinet, and electronics. And it's a wonderful album. Deep, like church feeling here. This was composed during a residency in Slovakia, in the water mill of the Slovakian National Gallery in Pezinok last November. And if there's such a obvious spiritual quality to the music, this album is dedicated to someone close to him who passed away. You'll figure it out if you get the album. Hello, Andrew. Yeah, and this was just released, I think, in the past 2 weeks. So this won't be difficult to get right now. I might let this bleed into the next track that features the clarinet in a more obvious way. Not that I don't like this. This is my favorite track of the album by far. But it's a good album from start to end, honestly. Quite ambient-ish. Yeah, there's a great harmonic play at work here. The deep bass drones with these high-pitched keys on this sort of organ that appears to not be an organ, or who knows, it's not mentioned there. Yeah, Strom is probably one of the best labels around right now, as when it comes to like post-industrial, ambient, do-it-yourself, experimental, modern classical, left field folk music. Yeah, for sure. Really, yeah, I guess so far, like at least 1 out of 4 releases of theirs I think. I might be optimistic there, but yeah, you get the gist of it. Came with a black inner sleeve that doesn't say anything, but yeah, let's hear some bass clarinet there. Well, that's a trick question, I feel. Wow. Next is a record that is a revelation for me. Yeah, no trick, alright. Well, it's a combination of the labels, the artist, the collaborations, and the thing is, I do tend to listen to everything that comes out, which is why sometimes I might get a little depressed. But I spend like an ungodly amount of hours listening to music, new music. Oh, hello, Yuha. Hello, Eric. So this, as Ed is saying, sounds good already. Hello, Chris. Hello, Dimitris. Okay, we're gonna start early then. I see, I know that cat from a record cover, I think. So this is a huge revelation. I don't know if you'll feel like me about this, but when I heard this, I instantly thought of the theme of the first Alien movie with this trumpet. Yes, we're again in the Krakow Warszawska Music Festival, International Contemporary Music Festival. This is just insane. Hello, KS. Hello, Christopher. Hello, Dave. Yeah, and the TV show that's coming this summer looks like absolutely stunning, I must say. So this is Tomasz Tomasz Sikorski, who was the son of a great Polish composer from the academy. He didn't live very long, but he instantly set the the scales right up there. A true visionary. He doesn't have the biggest body of work, but since he passed away in the 80s or 90s, his music has been slowly rediscovered. But almost everything he did, in my opinion, is gold. There's a YouTube channel dedicated to spreading his music. So there's always that possibility. But this track is just insane. Hello, Dom. Hello, Jim. Yeah, that's the one. As again, this is this festival that went on in Warsaw between the late 50s or early 60s up until the sometime during the 90s. And each year the festival was growing, and each year they had more and more stuff to release. So each year has a different art design, but they couldn't afford to have different covers for all the volumes from each year. Some years they had 10, 11 volumes. So what they would do, again, they would just reserve a spot, an empty spot in the back cover here, and glue the double labels of the record so you would know which one it is. And yeah, the kind of records that will make you fall in love with the trumpet again if you have forgotten about that instrument. I won't ever. Ennio. And by the way, thank you Christopher, Never Modern here, for helping the transit of that record. And as I was saying, yeah, this was premiered at that festival that was just growing and growing. So we're gonna talk about a little growing festival for a second, maybe. Korzynski, yeah, interesting. Not a little bit different, but yeah, Dimitris. I figured you would like that. It's the kind of guy that I think literally should have had a career like Ferrari or Xenakis, but I guess living behind the Iron Curtain and being too much of an outcast. Look who's there. Yeah, it does, huh? But it goes beyond that. No, Steve. I sent it to you privately and made you buy it. Hello, I'm the dead. Rob. Yeah, I do. I would say 6 more since yesterday. But yeah, close to 15,000. Yeah, I guess it just needs a good clean, huh? Hello Fabio, how are you doing? But yeah, when I discovered this, obviously this is because I now have about like 20 volumes of that festival's output, and I investigated as much as I could online, and when I stumbled upon this, I was literally floored. The people who talked with me privately back then can attest on that. Thank you, Luke, Shown the Vinyl Dreamscape, and Euler for leaving nice tips in the coffee jar. Thank you, guys.
I can swim on soil, diving in my brand new self. I hear heightened dissonance, the one that we play when we dance. Hold me now, it's exactly the way I hoped.
We'll figure that one out.
Will come, come on, come on, come on, come on and take me. I say you let.
Hallo, Driver Dirk.
Never was the end as beautiful as you look right now. Come on, come on, come
I have goosebumps right now. I told you even was gonna be one of the words of the night.
I say you let me. Never, never will I ever be the same.
Hello, Rainer.
As I was then. Come on, come on, come on, come on and take me. I say you left me. Never was the end as beautiful as you look right now.
Yeah, this is an insane good release that I'm sad to say that this will be a race because there are so few copies.
Come on and sing it to me, bright and breezy. Not in a century we'll hear it while we're so sleepy.
So I wrote about that record,
So sleepy.
who this guy here is half responsible for. As this band, which will be performing in 3 weeks from now at the Tumult Festival, their second date ever, I think, as they are premiering this in Paris for a party organized by the label that released that. If you watching the stream live right now and you update the page for a quick second, I added in the description the link to a Substack I just started today, where I did a post about this, where you'll find all the information about this. I don't know how many copies are left for purchase, but there can't be more than 10, and it won't be available anywhere else. So if you like this, either you'll have to sell with the digital, or you have to be quick with the few copies that are left, that are linked in the Substack link I just put in the description. Yeah, they only did, I don't know why, but they only did 20 copies of it. It's a laugh cut, and it sounds amazing. So this is Sissi Rada, a favorite of this stream, if you're following this, who 1 year ago had a very unfortunate event that happened to her. She married this guy, and they started to do some music together. I mean, they already had, but I just love how this is a sort of mixture. I would put, you have a dream pop element, like Cocteau Twins, throwing muses, but with soul music also in the mix, and the industrial dub of J Glass Dubs, Dimitris here. Just a wonderful little record. It's a laugh cut, a clear vinyl. There it is. There you go. Yeah, well, I did hype it pretty well. So it's a short little mini album, like half an hour, hopefully announcing good things to come. Art Soul, huh? Yeah, good one. I think Sava got a copy of it for himself. I think Steve got one as well. And there it is, yeah. Thank you, Sean. So, Dimitris, maybe tell us more, like, is there more music from Even lined up around the corner already? Dimitris was one of my favorite performances last year at the festival, which prompted me to invite him again, but we wanted to have something a little bit different. And yeah, serendipity, as when we were talking last year, I asked him, we talked about what we liked currently in music, and I said, oh, I really like the new album from Sissi Rada, not knowing for a second that there was a connection there. So it's one of these nice stories as well. And the Substack, I don't know what I'll be doing with it. Like the post is self-explanatory, but yeah, check it out and maybe we'll do something with it. Oh, okay. So it's been long in the making. Interesting. I wanted to play this track as well, which is a little more industrial in a way. All right. Sold out. Congratulations, Dimitris. Ah, that's beautiful. I hope this is not a one-off. A beautiful one-off if it is, but yeah. Hello, Rich. Jim Morrissey, I know I should, but will I? Oh, thank you. So, how many years before the next one? Ah, good. So the decision to make so few copies of it and to only release it that way, that's the label. That's not on Dimitris. So at least there was like 8 people tonight who were happy enough to get this. Yeah, that was one of the no, that's them, the label who fucked up. Yeah, on the Bandcamp page, it says that it will ship in December, but I got mine this earlier this week. So there you go. I absolutely love that song. So thank you, Dimitris, for stopping by. And yeah, I think everyone here appreciates you and this new project. Yeah. Yeah, good one, Pinup. Didna Obama, good. I don't remember the name, but we'll talk about that. So everyone tonight who managed to snap one copy of this, you got something really, really special. So tip your DJ of the night if you can. That's always very instrumental in this happening every week on that level. And next one is also quite special. We're staying in Laugh Cat territory. Not as limited though. You should. Well, you tell them. Will be interesting to see how many copies they sold within like the last 10 minutes. So next record features an absolute legend of electronic music, industrial music, etc. She just released her latest album and I believe a new book as well. Even is the name of the album, Even is the name of the band. Here it is, Pinup. Oh, well, you'll figure it out here. And here's how it looks. And you could hear it sounded pretty darn good for Laugh Cat. Yeah, Resurgence last year was absolutely stunning. And yeah, we're gonna soon have the guy behind the Atos project. We were supposed to do it in December and then it just got pushed and pushed and pushed. Absolutely. Thank you, Sean. We're listening to this Bombard featuring Cose Fanny Tutti. We're listening to Nobody Ordered Love featuring Cose Fanny Tutti on vocals. And Fritz Kathleen from 23 Skidoo on percussion and Juno. and a bunch of other people I'm less familiar with. But Fritz, Kathleen, and Cozy Fanny Tutti collaborating, that's a must-have as far as I'm concerned. But see you in 3 weeks, Dimitris. Everyone who liked this and who doesn't know yet what you're doing in 3 weeks, well, come to Sweden to watch them live alongside plenty of other cool cats, including Steve Davis, who's here right now, maybe still. Yeah, she has a new album, but she also has this, with 2 tracks of hers, or with her singing or doing vocals. And Heaven's Lathe is a pretty cool label. This is cool, like industrial post-punk. The B-side is a remix of this by Damon Reese. Unless this is the one we're listening to. Not totally clear to me. Cheers right now for leaving a nice tip in the coffee jar as well, and congratulations for getting the record. That's the spirit, Steve. So yeah, this one, I guess you'll have to go on the second-hand market, on the secondary market to get it, as this got sold out as it was released. This is the kind of label you have to follow, obviously, to be aware of what's going on. Now we're gonna go back to a little favorite of mine. I felt it's time to share. I've showed it on my Instagram when I started the channel, but I don't think I ever played it. So it's gonna be a little bit of a clash of sound right now, and we're not even midnight, but I thought, why the hell not? Hello Temporoboto, nice to see you. Thank you 808 for leaving a nice tip as well in the coffee jar. Kind of need it right now. I found so many great things to of late in a few new rabbit holes. So this one is for you, 808. Something quite unique. This is a Detroit band called Family Unit, or a rap band, hip-hop band. And this is a white label test pressing of these remixes that was never officially released. It's like from early 2000, I think, maybe late 90s. And you get this sort of garage ghetto tech that's absolutely insane and sounds like nothing else I know of. Absolutely love this. And I thought you might. So there's no artwork or anything, it's just a white label, family unit. It's the only 12-inch they have. They released a CD of the original tracks and they have nothing to do with this. It's not nearly as interesting as this. Dominique, well, family unit, the family unit. There are copies floating around on Discogs every now and then, but and they go from between like $40 to 200. It's sure banger of a secret weapon when you DJ. There's another track that is not as fast, that is pretty great too, but this. Yeah, exactly. In a way, it is exactly that. The next record, we're actually gonna go to the sort of opposite again, as we do love contrast here, huh? I remember when I discovered this in a shop, completely by accident. There was no information, I was just listening to a bunch of white labels, because it seemed to be from an interesting collection, and when I heard that, like, I had to play poker face with the shop owner. The next one you can still find in the shop. Now it's just up to you to decide which version you're getting. I love that little short song. The rest of the album is pretty good as well, but let me just wait. So I guess that first song is already a definitive buy for Dom. This one has more of a Bowery electric feeling. Hey, easy now. So this is the second album by Maria Somerville Luster. In my opinion, the best record that was released on 4AD in 20 plus years. There's a regular version of this and one with a bonus 7-inch. You decide. Yeah, this is so Bowery electric. I would feel that quite a few have already gotten that record. But this will always be the first one for someone. Is it you? So again, a mixture of like this post-Michael D. Valentine, shoegaze, dream pop, with some very dubby bass. And narcotic drums here, a little bit à la early Scorn. Thank you, Don. Don Fletcher, for leaving a tip in the coffee jar as well. Merci beaucoup. I did, Bobby. Thanks to you. I was mining friend of the show Bobby Braden here. Look him up. He's had we play some of his music here. Northern Picture Library, amongst other projects. And I was asking him, like, should I get the 7-inch version? Is it good? Does it add something? Because I'm not gonna pay more just because there's more stuff if I don't love it. But I did. Now a record I already played a long time ago, but that is an upgrade, because the copy I got back then was not at all satisfactory. So now I can play it without shame and in full. Yeah, I would say, Sean, look up the second album by Bowery Electric if you don't have it. I think it's already there. And she's doing that alone, by the way, but like she's starting to tour and she has a band with her now, but really, really promising career. Again, what's up with all these clear records? This is the inner sleeve, the printed, with some additional info. Mostly thanks. Yeah. Yes. We are gonna shame you with love, Bobby. Now the master of pedal steel guitar, or one of the masters, This is a rare record, but with patience you will find it at a decent price. It's a part of a series that is, I wouldn't say legendary in the realms of experimental music, but that should be. It's a series of 8 records from different artists connected, and I would say most of these are essential. Hello, Sylvia. Yeah, you missed quite a lot today already, but so we're talking about Chas Smith on the Cold Blue label. This is a 10-inch, recorded in Santa Fe, October '68. No, that's the name of the track, sorry. This was recorded in '82, yeah. The track is called October '68. It was recorded in Mag City, Los Angeles. Chas Smith doesn't have that much releases solo. I believe this is his superior one, but the others are good too, and cheaper than this one. Huh, yeah. Nick McNabb, yeah. Ah, nice. Alex, yeah. Now a record from one of my top 5 favorite artists. It's not every day there's something new from him, something unreleased. Oh, yeah, I know he did also quite a lot of work for Hollywood movie soundtracks, sound design, some sessions. Yeah, indeed, Sean. Let's have a like to the video. If you're watching this like after this hour, probably means you like it, so by all means. I don't know how I get like 1,000, 1,200 views every week and barely 100 likes. I guess that's human nature, tough love. But if you do like it and you were watching this whenever, by all means leave a comment as well. I always like these, especially if I don't see you now, because you're watching this whenever. And if you really like the stream, you know, as like a bunch of you already, you can always leave a tip to your DJ of the night. The coffee jar in the description of the video. Cheers, OGCs. See you maybe in Sweden. Yeah, I saw that. Pun intended. So this is an archival record from a piece from 1992, I believe. Made from recordings from a trip in Romania in 88, I believe. No, 1990. Yeah. So a lot of the recordings were made at a sort of amusement park, Romanian amusement park in Ceausescu's Romania. And this came out on Sub Rosa. Just came out, and I believe it's sold out at the source. So musique concrète, God, hero, whatever. Very nice guy, but very complex guy. I met him 5 or 6 times. Yeah, he invited me at his home and his studio. Yeah, absolute personal hero of mine. And yeah, if you like this, don't sleep on it because it's cheap now. But yeah. Oh well, you have nice plumbing, Ed. And this is so Black Lake, La Serpente, which is feminine for snake, but it's also like the shape of the river, serpentine. Thank you, OGCs, Greg, for leaving a tip in the coffee jar. I missed that one. Merci beaucoup, Greg. Yeah. Yes, indeed. But I mean, I was a kid in 1990, but I don't remember the amusement park looking like that in France in 1990. But yeah. Hello, Vinyl Scavenger. How you doing? think he meant that he got the Chasmis 10-inch. And now the latest, released by one of my favorite current projects. That I must say, I will confess I'm quite obsessed with this project. And there's always something quite unique with these. For me, this is the perfect David Lynch music. Much more perfect than his own. So this one came with this little booklet. Love is colder than death. I'm discovering this with you. Drony, ambient, hypnagogic music. Like, I would say the Caretaker. Not done right, but done with more positive emotions. So a very Hitchcockian concept behind this record, obviously. And Lynchian. He did do an album with Dean Hurley, the sound designer and musical assistant of David Lynch. So yes, this is the latest album by Romance. Love is colder than death. The real glare on the record like that. The varnish glare. But this is a sort of ghost music in a way. You would say that, imagine if what's that Jack Nicholson movie from Kubrick? I have a brain fart. Well, imagine if that whole movie, everything was done in slow motion. That would be the soundtrack to this, to me. Shining, of course, yeah, sorry about that. And this is out of the longer format tracks, probably the deepest one, the one with deepest basses, but some tracks are more like stringy and modern classical. I tried to book him for the festival, but yeah, impossible. Remains in total anonymity, which means it's probably one of the two guys from Not Waving, but who knows. It's basically the project that sampled Celine Dion and repurposed her into something quite haunting, which was absolutely so smart. Yeah. No, she wasn't, Andra. There was a little bit of a misunderstanding about price, I think. So maybe next year. Yeah, these tend to sell out as they are announced. This one I didn't take any chance. Your word is our command, Honorborf. Don't worry about that. No judgment. Thank you, Thomas Kiefer, for leaving a tip for another episode. DJ said thank you for the kind words for the festival. Not waving but drowning, yeah. I know where you are. No, but yeah, there's the band Not Waving, which yeah, it must come from somewhere. Yeah, there's a sort of deep velvetish quality to this music, and that's literally what he announces on the cover. Like, rarely does music align so much with the aesthetic of the visual part of a vinyl record. And they always have these like interesting colors as well. Hello, Gisette, Angela. He has, I remember discovering him through his two first cassettes that almost made me break my vow of not buying any other format than vinyl. But I'm rooting for them to reissue these. Here's the color, by the way. Just so you get a little bit of a different, a more hypnagogic side of his music here. Hello, Radio Gnome. I think it was like a done deal for quite a while, Radio Gnome. Cheers, Sean. It's pretty good. Did you get it, Chris? I assume so. Hello, Brandon. How you doing? Let's see what we have in store for Brandon now. Yeah, I guess this is really fulfilling the promise of something cinematographic widescreen with this, huh? Well, it just was released, Brandon, so you'd be, if you haven't checked the latest release of the past 2-3 weeks, you would have a good excuse. Salut Magic Berber. Oh my god, that's unfortunate, huh? Yeah, totally, Manuel. It's obviously coming from a culture where Basinski and the caretaker exist, but I think it's a little more than just that. There you go. Since he started releasing these records, there's one album of his I don't like that I thought like I don't need this, but other than that, every record has proven worth having as far as I'm concerned. So that's rare with newer artists, and we'll have a good example of that. Not right now, but soon enough tonight. The next one might be for you, Brandon. Hello Johan. Hur mår du ikväll? But I'm sure even this guy will extend his welcome beyond the acceptable, because how far can he push that concept and that sound before it becomes repetitive? And I'll be honest, it's a fine line right now, but I'm still there. Hoppas att samma med dig. Salut Toc, comment va? So next one I believe is the first record by this artist who I knew nothing about up until this was announced last December. I think it was released as a cassette or something a little earlier, I'm not totally sure. But I think it got quite delayed and I just got it this week. And I think it's a pretty brilliant album. I think Steve Davis should like this. There's a good chance that you too have Brandon Faust in the head. And one of the good things with romance, if you buy one and you're not sure about it, it should be easy to get your money back on the second-hand market. Because yeah, these tend to sell out like hotcakes. But now a completely new affair. This is the first record I know of from Naoto Tanaka, and the name of the artist is Nat Time Samples. Obviously from Japan, on the Japanese label. Maybe not actually. I remember talking with them because I pre-ordered that quite early on and it took forever to arrive. So this this was recorded. Yeah, this was recorded between 2016 and 2023. So it's been a sort of a passion work, I would say. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I think it's just absolutely great modular synthesis music. Here's the inner sleeve. Nothing fancy, but pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. Very Japanese. Yeah, I know about that one. Moist Luca is. I played some of his trio albums. Still considering this one, yeah. And if you like this and are considering but like need a little more incentive, the same label put out another album at the same time, which is why this was delayed, I believe, because they were waiting for the second one forever. I think they wanted to ship both together, which did happen to me, since I also got their other release from Ken Ikeda. Which sounds exactly like a Japanese Aphex Twin. This sounds like selected ambient works. With a cute Japanese perspective. Absolutely wonderful. And yes, this is a Japanese label, as you can see. But thankfully, they are merciful. So this uses an SD404, a strings decoder, which is a self-made instrument, this synthesizer he created. Yes, this is a synthesizer, so you don't see everything there, but this is what is mostly used on that record. Really, really, really cool. Hello, Christopher. So I believe these have just become available, by the way. They've been announced in November last year, if not even October. It's taken 2 Den Bosches before finally got my hands on these. Really cool album to have around and to have playing in the background. Yeah, sort of like environmental Aphex Twin, I would say. Really nice. I don't think so, but who knows? Salut Arthur. Je dois répondre à ton mail, désolé, j'ai très pris, mais ça va venir. For those who don't know, Arthur Supercago here. If you liked my recent obsession and hyping of Tartine de Clou, he is one of the 3 singers and minds behind that project. I know a bunch of you bought the record. I know Alex in California did. Not sure who else, but he is to be congratulated if you enjoyed that album. Hello Daniel, nice to see you. Absolutely, by all means do. The French Sunday streams. But yeah, as I was saying, if you like that first NATO record, but like, it's maybe a tough sell, only 1 record, well, just get the Kenny Keda one as well if you liked it, from the same label, making some savings, or 2 beautiful little records from people you are maybe not yet familiar with. So that's always good to have something new in the mind. Hello, William Bloomhuff. So now, the new album after, I think it was 6 or 7 years of silence from this project. Selected Varnish. This is the new Deaf Center album, Reverie. On Sonic Pieces. It's a duo of Norwegian guys. Erik Skogvind, who's also known as I have most of his records somewhere here. The name escapes me now, but anyways, this is Otto Totland on piano and Erik Skogvind on guitar, cello, electronics processing. And this was performed live at Morphine Raum, which is Morphine, the artist from Syria, who's in Berlin now, Rabi Biaini. Has a great label as well. But yeah, Deaf Center. Oh, yeah, well. Yeah, I did. I opened the stream with Ariel, and a little bit of an homage to him, indeed. So my French. Sorry about that. Yeah, there were 2 records before that I kind of had to wet play a little bit, which meant that the needle got a little bit dirty. Let me find a link to the French stream, unless someone can do it for me. I know Christopher has, maybe Sean has. Zwarte Greiner, exactly, thank you. Which I tend to prefer from their past Deaf Center. This is, I think, the only second Deaf Center record I get. And the other one was only a 7-inch, but this is beautiful. Hello, John. Did I miss you today already? I think I did. Yeah, sometimes it's difficult. You want to wait to see everything I might play that might be of interest to you, and you place an order, and you could have placed another one before, but okay. So for Thomas here, here is the French stream, which is mostly conversation, and it's called Des Scuds et du Pif, which is slang for rackets and booze. Well, my shame, John, because you're one of the ongoing, how do you say staple viewers and supporters. And thank you, Revenge and Daniel, both of you, for leaving very nice tips in the tipping jar. Merci beaucoup, les amis. This is stunning. It's really, really, really good. Ooh, sorry about that. I hope it wasn't too long. I did order a new... Oh, fuck. Wait. Sorry about that. Now it's good. Yeah, I did order a new cable last week, so as soon as it arrived, and it should be next week. This will never happen again, hopefully. Which is a shame it happened during that like very deep piece. I'm so sorry about that. Cheers, Thomas. Yeah, it's true. He tends to disappear every now and then, Marius, and come back, depending on work, job, yeah. I just noticed we missed the midnight mark, which usually means something for the body, huh? Yes, it's actually a 7-inch Marcos, so I believe it will be easy to find since I think it's the only one they have. Doesn't mean that the rest is bad, it's just that that was the only one that really spoke to me on that level. Oh, this sold out? Oh shit. Is that one a Death Center album? I mean, it's a good project, obviously, this is amazing. But I always felt that Svarte Greiner was a little more greedy. Ah, okay, yeah. Makes sense. Oh. Yeah. Yes, Daniel, this is epic, deep, dark, haunting. Soul searching, and I guess also sort of soothing, or so it would feel to me at least. If you can do both, that's the best solution, but if you can't, international shipping, John. Yeah, exactly. The next artist is someone who's going to perform at the Turmoil Festival as well. Someone I really like. His 2 albums, absolutely amazing, but I discovered him some other way, and he comes from quite far away, even if he is a fellow Frenchman in a way. Usually, you are correct, Magic Berber. Like especially, or it depends. I don't see that too dramatic. It's not dark evil. And there's enough happening there. Like when Lust Mod tries to do stuff like that, I'm out. But is that something for you, Magic Berber? You are into ambient, huh? Very nice selected varnish on the cover here. Good evening, Marcella. How are you? I was thinking about you today. Had to send you something. Hope you're doing good. Hope this year so far is turning out more hopeful than the previous one. Is that his label? Because this is released on Sonic PCs. But I don't think it's his label. But you might be correct. Now that you mentioned that. There you go. Yeah, exactly. Because of the tension, I guess. Again. Yeah, exactly. Which is why sometimes I do play the tracks extensively like that. It is. Fair enough, Magic Berber. Digital Kabar. So Maloya. Maloya is the music of the slaves, the resistant music of the slaves in La Réunion, the French territory. They've always been slaves since the white people came to the island in the ocean. And since the early 80s, some artists have been doing electronic take on the traditional singing of Maloya. And this track is a traditional one remixed by Jaco Marron. Jaco Marron, who's also featured on different tracks here, is kind of the mastermind behind this project. His track there was my favorite, but I like this as well. It was featured on his first album on Enyege tapes. And he'll be performing at the Tumult Festival with Titi Bakorta. Coming from La Réunion, so I'm quite happy with that. when this record was released, like I think it was in 2018 or 19, I did an interview with the guy who wrote the liner notes to it. It was quite interesting, but it took me a while to figure out that the real mind behind it was Jacques Marron. So yeah, miasma. Indeed. Ah, cool, Norway. It does matter. Not exactly African, but yeah. Hello, Manuel. Cheers, Hetman. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it tonight. I surely did. And thank you, John Levinson, for leaving a very nice tip in the coffee jar. Besides paying international shipping. Very close to my objective for tonight, so that's cool. It is, Daniel. Also a meaning of the past and the present in a kind of punkish way. Love it. Yeah, maybe. Is it only 15 so far? Next record is one that floored me when I heard it first. And which was almost like a year ago. It floored me because of the music and because I didn't expect something that would floor me from that artist who's been around for 20 plus years. And he's an interesting artist, but you know, sometimes and also the most unlikely origin. And ooh, thank you, Digler Dirk. Merci. Good night to you too. Oh no, so good tonight. Yeah, I think so too. Thank you for leaving a tip in the coffee jar, man. Merci. But yeah. But the reason I only got this now is the upcoming record is because it was sold out immediately. Like they only did 150 copies of it, but I believe it didn't sell out. I just believe because there was no copies on Discogs at all. No one had copies, so I believe they just announced it and it got delayed and they didn't say anything. I believe there might still be copies around of it. So I know, I'm sorry to play with your nerves like that, but you might want to watch this one. Let's see. Are there copies still available? Well, no copies on Discogs. But 9 copies left on Discog on Bandcamp. Okay, this is gonna be, even if it was released technically last year, this will be part of the best records of the year for sure. I could play the whole record, which makes up for all these records of his in the past few years that I was curious about but never felt I should get. This is an artist from Ariel, by the way. An artist who has released music on Warp, his very first release. But his music tends to be very performative, in my opinion. Like a sort of technical demonstration of his processor. I know it's a bit unfair to describe it that way. But on this record he finally managed to get the technical proness with an obvious personal take on the world. This is Sote, Ministry of Tall Tales. On the Subcult label, who started out supposedly in Shanghai, but I don't believe that. I believe it's probably a UK affair. I was obsessively looking for copies of that all the year, last year. And finally, I think it was maybe in January or February, the Bandcamp started to have copies, which it never had, basically. And I was tempted to buy several copies of it. But yeah, I'm not like that. Yeah. How would I qualify this music? Hyper technological and ancient. It's like really a clash of history, technology with history. Maybe this track is not the most obvious example of it, but he lets the music breathe more than in most of his reels. There's one release of his that I kind of like as well, that I'm probably gonna get soon. But yeah, on this one, you're correct, Sean, to highlight the Bandcamp link rather than the Discogs one. Yeah, it is melancholic, yeah. But it will take some turns. Well, it's an interesting album, the one you're mentioning, Stephen, but I think this one is, well, you be the judge of it. But as far as I'm concerned, this is him finally managing to get everything that was interesting about him together in a way that works. Sustainable. Well, there was 9 when I checked 5 minutes ago. There's only 4 now. Salut Arthur, bonne nuit, talk soon. Steve, if you're still here, I think you better get one of this if I haven't already talked to you about it. Yeah, absolutely. It's only one track, but you'll see, still within the same track what's gonna happen now. If I remember correctly. Salut, Mister Vinyle. Comment va? Really? Oh well, yeah. So it took less than 10 minutes to sell out this. That's pretty fun. That's pretty cool. But it's well deserved. You guys who bought this, I think you're in for a great surprise, because if you like this, it goes like the whole album is wonderful. Hello, G-Mac-G. So I guess if you haven't already, and if you can, it's a good time to tip your DJ of the night, huh? The Ko-fi link in the description of the video. And someone just left a little tip in the coffee jar. Merci beaucoup. I don't know who you are because you left it anonymously. So maybe it is our friend Fred or Marius, who knows? Hello Yuli, was it you? By the way, the Digital Kabar compilation, it's a double LP. Both inner sleeves have some great liner notes, as I was mentioning a little bit. And as it came out back then and didn't do that well, I think you can, I didn't check, but I suspect that record is, you can get it for probably like 15, something like that. I'm not sure if everyone catches this here, but there's quite an insane level of processing going on there if you follow what's going on in the background. Wouldn't that be interesting? See, now this is when it gets into sort of attacker territory. Well, should I apologize? That last part is so... yeah. I think it was Christopher who mentioned melancholy here. It's definitely there, but it's also taking a sort of like quite joyful turn. What is that emoji, Marcos? I'm not sure. This is absolutely one of the most original artistic musical proposition offering I've heard in very ambitious record. Wow, that's a good pressing. That's an extraordinary pressing.
Insecte au regard chrysope, transporte une graine, s'achemine par les sillons de la sève.
It's the new Roxan Met album, Oaks, Chêne.
Les anges les observent. Plumage azuré de bleu. Il a tapis son nid des floraisons mellifères. Une trouée dans la
It's a good year, huh?
éclaire le cortège.
on the increasingly reliable Crack label, K-R-A-A-K. I think I had their very first release on vinyl from 25 years ago, maybe. Good afternoon, Sons of Tans Victims, 1876. I always add the Sons, I don't know why. I have another album from Roxan that is pretty good, but this is another level again. How many copies, Sean, are there? Yeah. I guess we're a little spoiled tonight, huh? So I'm not sure if Roxan Met here, if she's French or from Belgium. For some reason I thought she was from Belgium, and I think she has collaborated with Annelise Montserrat, but she might just be French. Yeah, that's a good one, Andrew. Glad you like it. Okay. Yeah. All these people who say that it's nothing good anymore. No, they're not. Sometimes it has happened one or twice. Sometimes I kind of rewrite them a little bit for the purpose of the stream, of the theme. But yeah, no. It's another little, mystery for you to solve. A little game. Cheers, Chris. Well, you'll tip me later than half, because I think you'll be happy tonight. Salut, Romu. So last week we played Electronic Eye, Richard Kirk. And we're gonna have a little bit of a probably my first one of my first Richard Kirk from Cabaret Voltaire purchase on CD, because I bought this when this was released actually. But just got this VG Plus copy that is like not only VG Plus, I would say, but yeah. This is Sweet Exorcist, a very complicated release, since that was Warp 13, which they decided to repress as LP1 rather than WAP 13. Ouais, il est super ce disque. The whole Roxan Met album is great, by the way. Hello X-Prince protégé. Cheers. We're not done yet, but yeah, I guess maybe we'll say our goodbyes with Richard. This is where he was assisted. I mean, Sweet Exorcist is Richard Kirk from Cabaret Voltaire with DJ Parrott from Sheffield. And I guess it was Robert Gordon who set him on that path that would become Bleep House. How are all the late comers doing? What a fun little record, huh? His sort of own take on fourth world ethnomusicology through the blips of the Roland machines. Huh? Yeah, I love this. This is from 1990, and it has aged, but I still like this. So I hope everyone had a good night. I know that a lot of you did spend some money tonight. I've got some great records. I hope it's gonna turn out all good. And yeah, if you're a latecomer or if you're watching this later, leave a like to the video, leave a comment to tell me what you like, what you didn't, and what I should like and what I shouldn't. Whatever comes to your mind, tell me how wrong I am or how right I am. Put me on the path, and if you really like the stream and want this level every week, it's not possible, but I try, and that can happen thanks to your tipping for the ones who can. And tonight I have to thank already Frank Gidget, Steve Davis, Luke, Sean the Vinyl Dreamscape, Euler, Rainer, 808, Don Fletcher, Greg OGCs, Thomas Kiefer, A Revenge, Daniel, John Levinson, Diggler Dirk, and the anonymous supporter. I'm just gonna check quickly if someone also used the direct PayPal link. I know some of you do, which is appreciated as well. Okay, now I know. It was Guillaume, Arthur from Tartine de Clou who left that anonymous one. And a little thank you to Graham and Ryan Anderson and Daniel, who also showed up during the week in the coffee jar. Yeah, Clonk is good. These are the two ones really worth having. Hello, Anthony. Do that. Cheers, Eric. Hello, Lod. Thank you. Much appreciated. Next week should be pretty good too. I know what's coming up, by the way, so I think I'll still be able to spoil you before the festival, so cheers everyone. Spread the good word, spread the love and the goodwill. This is still a super cheap record, by the way, weirdly enough. And it's kind of the conclusion of my Cabaret Voltaire collection. I think I don't need anything more, maybe one EP of a solo project from Kirk. But that will come with you guys. Good night, everyone. Bye bye, bye bye. Sweet Exorcist, by the way, was the very first album on Warp. Ciao. Bye. Color designed by Designer Republic specifically for Warp. You've never seen that color anywhere else before, except maybe in nature, but so much lore behind that label, and that really is throwback memory, huh? Cheers, Radio Gnome. I'll see you next week. Until then, bye bye, bye bye. Bye bye, bye bye. And let's hope the new cable arrives. Bye bye. Yo.